Lakers on that fast break opportunity by LeBron.
Throw it down, LeBron! Throw it down!
LeBron cannot get up to get it, and here we go.
Reeves alley-oop to LeBron! Spectacular alley-oop! And the Lakers lead is 5. Right now, we're in a clutch game. 36 for Doncic.
Luka looks to get into the lane. LeBron kicks it, corner, Smart. Got it! Good game plan. And Austin has it! Austin! LeBron! Say goodnight! Say goodnight!
They did. They said goodnight.
Top of the morning. Good morning. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Welcome to First Take. Stephen A. Smith, Kendrick Perkins, Courtney Cronin here with you on this Tuesday. Dan Orlovsky going to join us here in a bit. Guys, how are we feeling?
How you guys doing? Good morning. Good morning. How you doing? What's up, big boy?
What up, S.A.?
All right. Why don't we start with
Is Dan
NBA coming off
Orlovsky joining
last
us?
night?
Is Dan Orlovsky joining us to talk basketball?
He'll be here in a little bit. He's going to break
not at all.
down the
Not at all.
NFL. We've got Mel Kiper in his mock draft that just came out today, but I'm just relying on you two for the hoops.
Courtney, Big Perk does not know that Dan Orlovsky is not qualified to talk basketball at all. You understand what I'm saying? He's a homer. Stores, Connecticut. If it ain't in Stores, Connecticut, he doesn't care. So no, he's not allowed to talk basketball outside of Stores, Connecticut.
Well,
but we're ready to roll.
He might have a bone to pick with you, Stephen A., because I saw your Final Four teams, and spoiler alert, Dan might not be happy with one omission, notable omission, but we're going to get to that in a little bit. We're going to start in the NBA, where the Lakers won their 6th straight game last night, defeating the Rockets 192 in Houston. Luka Doncic leading the way with 36 points in the win for L.A., who held the Rockets to a season-low 35 points in the second half. The Lakers moved a game and a half ahead of the Rockets for the 3rd seed in the West with the win. All right, Stephen A., as we look at this Lakers team, I mentioned 6-game winning streak. What is their ceiling at the moment?
Well, for me personally, I still think it's a deep run into the Western Conference semifinals. No better than that, because I think that when you look at Oklahoma and you look at San Antonio, those are the two top teams in the Western Conference. I certainly don't see the Lakers beating any of them if they run into either one of those squads. And so that's what it is. But we got to give the Lakers credit where credit is due in terms of what we're seeing. Big Perk knows this just as well as I do. You know what? Over the previous 10 games before their 4-game winning streak, I mean, they lost at like 12 of 13 against top 10 teams. But they've beaten the last 4 times they've gone against a top 10 team, they've won. They still got problems defensively. They still got problems getting production from their bench. They still got problems getting consistent level of production from DeAndre Ayton at the center spot. But Luka's averaging nearly 38 a game. He's shooting better than 40% from 3. Austin Reeves is balling. LeBron James is balling. Offensively, they seem to be clicking and they're making things happen. And anytime you're a formidable offensive team, then that gives a lot of teams something to have to deal with. And that's really, really what this comes down to. So that's how I look at it for the Los Angeles Lakers right now. I certainly don't see them being better than OKC or San Antonio, but I do think it's safe to say you can look at them and say they can win a first-round game and they can push it to a 7th game in a Western Conference semifinal series. I think that's the best way to look at it.
S.A., I agree with you 1,000%. They're still in the second round, and it's not a knock on them. It's just that they have OKC and San Antonio looking up to them, and they're night. OKC and San Antonio is heads over heels better than every single team in the Western Conference, in my opinion. Yes, the Lakers have gotten better defensively. J.J. Redick has been coaching his behind off for us, switching it up lineups-wise, playing Marcus Smart extensive minutes. He's been outstanding throughout this run. And look, they finally found some type of chemistry and togetherness. LeBron James has taken a back seat of being that third option to Luka and Austin Reeves. But this is not, this shouldn't be about the Lakers right here. This should be about the Houston Rockets. Houston, damn it, we have a real problem. We have a real problem. Ime Udoka last week just called out the Houston Rockets in the media, saying, basically questioning their toughness, saying they don't have dogs. They don't have chemistry. They damn sure don't have togetherness. And now it goes to the point of who is the leader in this damn locker room when it comes to the Rockets? They don't have one. And when you look at a guy like Dylan Brooks and what he brought to the table, that culture, their identity, every single night they was going to play with a sense of tenacity, especially on the defensive side. That is gone. And so when I look at the Rockets, I question that. And I also question their IQ. If you look at what they done last night in the fourth quarter, I know a lot of people want to blame Kevin Durant, and he should get about 50% of the blame because he knows better to have all those careless turnovers that he had. But when you think about the others on the floor, it's no IQ that's there. No real point guard to put structure into their offense. They're all over the place. They're dysfunctional. And they have a real problem. To say where they were last year, trending in the direction that they were trending, they have taken 1,000 steps backwards this season, and they're going to be out in the first round. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, and I like that you went there, Perk, because obviously the Lakers, where they are, that's a separate topic we can get back into. But Stephen A., Kevin Durant last night says, I am the offense. That's why he put the blame on himself for why they lost the game. 9 turnovers as a team in the fourth quarter, 4 of 16 shooting. How do they work their way out of this rut? Or is this a team that you see has hit its ceiling right now? They're 4th in the West. What's the fix here?
I think they've hit their ceiling. And I think they've hit their ceiling because they don't have a point guard. And that's really what this comes down to. The point guard was so important to the Houston Rockets that I came into this season saying, had Fred VanVleet not gone down, I would have had them as a title favorite because that's how much I believe in who they have and what they can do if you have a point guard, if you have a floor general. And it's inexplicable to me why they didn't go out and make sure they got a point guard throughout this entire season. Last night was an aberration. We all know that Kevin Durant, 2 points in the fourth quarter, 20% shooting. That's not who he is. That's not something that we can grow accustomed to. You know, that's just an aberration. I'm not going to sit up there. 6 turnovers in the second half, 2 points, 20% shooting in the entire second half. This is Kevin Durant we're talking about here. That is clearly an aberration. That's not him. But when you don't have a point guard and you have to take it upon yourself to be a floor general, not just a scorer, that's not what Kevin Durant's game is all about. So that's definitely problematic for him. There's no doubt about it. But when you also look at Houston, I'm looking at listen, Shagun didn't play last night. We got to remember that as well. So that factors into the equation. But ultimately, you look at the Houston Rockets, you know, the game slows down in the postseason. And you have to have floor generalship. And maybe CP3 would not have wanted to go or whatever. He might have wanted to stay in California because he had every intent of retiring. But my God, I mean, when you think about a floor general and what that would have meant to the Houston Rockets, somebody to run the point guard spot, a CP3 is somebody that I think could have done something for them. I really, really believe that. And so they didn't do that. Getting back to the Lakers, let's say this. Did y'all know that LeBron James, at age 41 years of age in his 23rd season, is leading the NBA in fast break points? Leading the NBA in fast break points. That's LeBron James. Okay, I mean, let's put that in its proper perspective here. And props to him because he seems to be having a little bit more pep in his step as the season wanes. He doesn't seem to be wearing down. He's dunking on everybody. I mean, how many dunks has he had over the last few weeks? Every time you turn around, he's dunking on somebody right now. So you got to give credit where credit is due in that regard. Luka Doncic, the first 28 games of the season, Luka Doncic was shooting about 32% from three-point range. It's now been at 41% ever since. So not only is he averaging nearly 38, but it's on 41% shooting. And so if you look at the Los Angeles Lakers and how prolific they are, I mean, there's just no question that they could make some noise. They could scare a lot of teams. You're OKC, you're San Antonio. You're definitely head and shoulders above everybody else. But you're going to have to, the Lakers are letting you know you're going to have to bring your A game in order to beat them because they are on a roll right now. And J.J. Redick is coaching his butt off, make no mistake about it, particularly with the adjustments that he's made and getting production from Marcus Smart. These are experienced individuals that know what it takes to win. And that's what we can't underestimate about the Los Angeles Lakers. When you look at OKC, yeah, that's a different animal. But San Antonio, yeah, you got that 7'5" cat, but in the same breath, you got a bunch of young cats around you. Come playoff time, Harrison Barnes and De'Aaron Fox are going to really, really matter a lot because you're going to need that experience to offset some of the experience that's going to be thrown in their direction.
No, I agree.
All right. We'll leave it there. 92 points last night for the Houston Rockets, second fewest points in the game this season. That newfound defensive identity for the Los Angeles Lakers certainly paying